Yo, what's up? This your boy M Breezy, back at it again, man, like I always do around this time. What's up, Cowboy Nation? What's up, YouTube? Y'all already know how I go. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. After watching the video, hit that like button and share the video. And let's continue to help the channel grow. And I really do appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. So let's get on with the show. And I got a show for y'all today. Well, what do we have here? Now that Micah Parsons has left Dallas-Fort Worth, all kind of rumors and stories are coming out now about Micah Parsons. See, this is what I don't like about some of these soft-ass players. While that man was on that football team, you didn't hear nobody say a word about Micah Parsons to his face while he was there, because that's a man. Now that this man is gone, now all these stories are coming out about certain players didn't like Micah Parsons. And they didn't like his podcast. And I wonder who these people are, because there's no name behind none of this stuff. There's no name behind none of this stuff. And I could be wrong, but I believe a lot of this stuff is trying to justify the reason why this man is gone. And they're trying to kiss up the Jerry Jones ass and trying to cover up for Jerry Jones and this mistake that he has made by getting rid of one of the most generational talented players in NFL history. And I get it. You got to try to cover up for your boss, man. But before we get into all that, man, I want to look at this article that came out today by the New York Post, and it was by Matt Ehart. I think that's his name. And it says Micah Parsons' podcast peeved Cowboys teammates, including Dak Prescott, egotistical. Micah Parsons' ex-teammates wanted him to put down the mic. Some of the star pass rushers, former Cowboys teammates, viewed him as egotistical, a self-centered, according to Sports Illustrated, and even rankled some, including quarterback Dak Prescott, with the edge with Micah Parsons' podcast. That created a different perception in the locker room amid Parsons' contract battle with Jerry Jones compared to other spats, which ultimately resulted in a shocking trade sending him to Green Bay. That said, there is a difference between this negotiation and the previous three. Sports Illustrated Albert Breer wrote, Zach Martin, CeeDee Lamb, and Prescott were very popular in the locker room. That's not the case with Parsons, who has rankled teammates in different ways, seen by some as egotistical and self-centered. His podcast has created issues, too, that go all the way up the quarterback, Dak Prescott. So this lame-ass quarterback, Dak Prescott, had a problem with Micah Parsons. Why didn't he address it when the man was there? Why didn't Dak Prescott address his problem with Micah Parsons when he was there? Since he's the so-called leader of the football team, because that's what a lot of you guys say, this is the leader of the football team by far. He makes the most money on the football team, and he makes most money than anybody in the NFL history. So you're not man enough to approach this guy while he's there, because he's not afraid to call you out. Do y'all remember back a couple of years ago when we played the playoff game in San Francisco, when we lost 19-12, and this guy had 2 turnovers before the halftime? And after that game, in the post-game interview, Micah Parsons said that we could have won this game if we cut down on some of the turnovers. He would refer to Dak Prescott. You can say what you want to say. We all know who he was talking about. And last year, on the podcast with him and Trayvon Diggs, when they said that they did not have Dak Prescott in their top 10 quarterback in the NFL. So, of course, Dak Prescott had animosity against Micah Parsons. Hey, who wouldn't? If somebody says something negative about me, I'm going to have some animosity back towards you. But it is what it is. But if you got animosity with me, hey, Micah Parsons call you out. So if you had a problem with Micah Parsons, why do you step to him like a real man should? But hey, you're all right with losing. A lot of your fanboys, they are all right with losing too, because you don't want to be called out. Dak Prescott don't want to be called out for his bad play. So that's why I believe this guy had a hand in getting rid of Micah Parsons. But I could be wrong on that part, because Jerry Jones wanted to make this guy the highest non-paid quarterback in the NFL. So you see, this lame-ass quarterback last year that went out after he got that big-ass contract and flopped in the season with a 3-5 record, 11 turnovers, and 8 interceptions. Then he got the nerve to say on the sideline that we effing suck. Man, you the main one that sucked on the football team. You the main one. You the main one that sucked. You took all that damn money. But I got a clip right here, man. I want y'all to listen to from Nick Harris I think he wrote for the Cowboys. He's a beat writer, and don't try to discredit this guy because this guy was on one of y'all main Dak Prescott Ranking Fanboy podcast, and y'all agree with everything he was saying. So don't try to act like this man don't know what the hell he's saying now because it don't fit your agenda into what you believe in.
I saw some of your tweets in the aftermath of the trade, and I certainly understand them, and I want to get back to the value of it all in just a minute. But before that, can you give us a Cliff's Notes version of how really did we get here?
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I'm going to try to give you the Cliff Notes as best as I can, but it is an extensive ordeal. I mean, we could go back to a couple of years ago. This was first kicked around the front office back in the offseason leading into 2024. And it was like, man, imagine the return we could get on Micah Parsons. That was more so the idea that was brought up. And it was like, he gives us headaches in practice. He has a lackadaisical approach to how he prepares. Sure, he shows up on Sundays, but he's not a good example for the guys around.
So they were saying that they was wondering what kind of return they could get for Micah Parsons back in spring. And like Jerry Jones said, that he was thinking about getting trading Micah Parsons back in the spring. But that's a lie because you offered the man the most guaranteed money in NFL history, non-quarterback. And if that was the case, why didn't you pick a better team back then? Because it was a lot of teams that would have gave you better offers, and you could have got better draft picks from teams that was on the borderline of having bad records. We could have got 2 high draft picks in the first round. But now that the man is gone, we got 2 draft picks that could be later in the rounds in both years. But y'all okay with that? Y'all not gonna call Jerry Jones out for that? And the lie he told about all this, man, come on, man, y'all need to stop. Y'all fanboys, I get it. But y'all say y'all don't like Jerry Jones, but y'all agree with what Jerry Jones do. Like I said, these some bipolar ass Cowboy fans.
He kind of has some guys following in his footsteps. We don't like that necessarily. And Jerry Jones had a conversation with him leading in.
It was some guys following Micah Parsons' footsteps. Yeah, because the guy is a winner and the guy hate to lose. And the guy has emotion, unlike some of these guys on the team that are allergic to a winning. Of course you're going to have low morale because guess what? If you lose, it don't matter. It don't matter. Jerry Jones ain't going to say nothing to you. The head coach ain't going to say nothing to you. Ain't nobody going to get on your ass if you lose. But guess what? The team get richer and richer every year after losing. I've never seen a franchise that make more money every year losing in the past 30 years, but the most richest franchise in the sports history. That right there shows you how delusional this damn fan base is in Dallas.
Into last season, and I give Micah a lot of credit because I did think he took a step forward when it came to his maturity last season. You think about when things were really going down the gutter last year, Micah Parsons was one of the big voices in that locker room, saying, hey, we still want to win games. We still have a chance here up until the very end when they didn't. And so,
see, Dak Prescott didn't like that either because this team was still playing good despite his ass was on the sideline. They was playing good under Cooper Rush, and the defense was balling too. The defense was balling. And Dak Prescott on the sideline, he didn't like that because these guys were following behind Micah Parsons, and these guys wanted to win, and these guys were playing hard. But when DeMarion Overshawn went out, man, I hate when he went out. When he went out, man, all the air pretty much left the defense, man, because he was one of the sparks on the team along with Micah Parsons. So after that, man, the team just it took a big hit right there. But I'd be glad this guy get back.
So, I do give him credit for that. And then going into the offseason, I think this is probably the most misunderstood thing about this situation is that Jerry Jones and Micah Parsons had a really good relationship. Jerry has said it multiple times. He only has about 3 or 4 players over the course of his entire career as owner and GM of the Cowboys that has his personal phone number, and Micah Parsons was one of them.
But now that the man is gone, as to be traded, Jerry Jones, you come out and say all these bad things about this man. You come out and say all these negative things about this man. Your pride was shook. Micah Parsons shook your pride. The ego of yours took a hit.
He called him multiple times to set up meetings and just talk. The Cotton Bowl was one of them. I was actually disappointed coming out of the Cotton Bowl because they didn't really talk about anything substantial. They just talked about life, and the leadership was addressed that night as well. But it was nothing too extensive. And then the meeting on March 18th at the Star, that was the turning point in this whole entire situation. the meeting was called to talk about leadership for Micah Parsons, and it's been disputed by both sides who actually brought up contract stuff.
Jerry Jones
First, but both sides did engage in contract negotiations. They agreed on a certain number, 5 years, $202.5 million. And, the report that Nick Eatman had on your guys' airways this morning, saying that the 5-year 202 may include his 5th-year option and maybe don't. But regardless, he was going to be the highest paid non-quarterback in league history. He was going to get the second most guaranteed money in league history, only behind Deshaun Watson. That was the deal that was on the table. And Michael Parsons called Jerry back the next day, called Steven back the next day, and, worked out a little bit more parameters. And they're like, you know what, we agree on this. And Micah said, all right, let's loop in the agent.
Oh, but now all of a sudden, you got all that smoke from Micah Parsons now that he's gone. Jerry Jones. And the ego of Jerry Jones took a big hit. And I could be wrong, man. I could be wrong. But it's just my opinion. I think that the league was going to pursue Jerry Jones because he was doing an illegal contract negotiation with Micah Parsons. And, it was getting a lot of news, was circling around that. And I think the NFL was going to intervene in that with the NFL, the union. And so, but I think Jerry Jones went on ahead and gave Micah Parsons what he wanted because he didn't want that backlash, what was going to come down from the league, from the union. I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion, man. That's just my opinion because you traded the guy to a team that in the conference, in your conference, the team that we cannot beat, regular season nor playoffs. Regular season nor playoffs, you trade that guy to that team. But neither here nor there, man. All this smoke about Micah Parsons, man, now that he's gone, man, I want to know who the Cowboys was, man, that was talking all this noise behind Micah Parsons' back after he left. Talking about him, he was not liked in the locker room, all this, that, and the third. And I don't believe that, not one bit. I don't believe that. They're trying to make this man character look bad because this man wanted out of Dallas. A lot of you are butthurt and you're mad because this man gone and you got the nerves to ask for a trade out of Dallas, America's team. A lot of you guys can't take that, man. You got you guys got small egos and your pride was hit. Along with Jerry Jones, your pride was hit. But guess what? This weak ass, lame ass quarterback what we got. Next year, he gonna count $75 million against the cap. And then the year after that, he gonna count $68 million against the cap. But y'all want this guy. This guy that eating up that salary cap, and he ain't doing a damn thing to help this team move forward in the playoff. He ain't doing a damn thing. He done had all the damn Pro Bowlers, all the all-pro players on the team. This man done had everything that you could ask for. This man still cannot get the Cowboys over that hump. But y'all, some kind of way, y'all still got hope in this guy. Boy, for the life of me, man, I don't know what it is. Well, I know what it is. You guys are used to losing, and losing don't hurt you guys because losing has become numb to some of you guys. It don't even affect you anymore. Because I know it don't affect me no more because I've been knew we was through. As long as Jerry Jones run his football team, and when he gave this guy here that money last year before that game won, I knew then that this man did not want to win. He worried about marketing and he worried about dollars. But we already knew that. Except for these bipolar ones down here now that come to Jerry Jones' defense. Y'all always come to Jerry Jones' defense when it benefits you, when it's somebody that you don't like. When it's somebody that you don't like, now Jerry Jones made a great move by letting this player go. Well, you guys like I said, Dallas Cowboys got the most bipolar and most delusional fans I've ever seen in my life. And I did not know that until I came on YouTube and started this channel, man. Boy, I seen a lot of crazy shit. Some shit that is hard to believe. Hey, man, anyway, leave me a comment down below, man. Leave me a comment down below and tell what you guys think about all these so-called players had a problem with Micah Parsons' podcast, including the leader of the team, his bum-ass quarterback, Dak Prescott. Until the next time, it's your boy Breezy, and I'm out.
What's up?
Hi.
What's up, big man?
Hi.
How you doing?
Fine.
What's your name?
Aiden.
Aiden?
So, you're Patrick Mahomes?
You think I'm Patrick Mahomes still? Whose jersey is this?
I mean, not Patrick Mahomes, you're Dak Prescott?
Yeah.
So, good to see you.
So good to see you.